I'm taking on the Tour Divide. So there's the bike. Front bag there. The cockpit setup. Arrow bars. I basically just zip tied and taped a cross member to that. There's the front light because I didn't have a way to mount it to there, and I'll show you why here in a second. This is where I'll be mounting my bear spray. I just got some shaving cream can in right now just to simulate, because I gotta buy it there. This is where my computer will go, phone will go, bottle bag, which that will probably be for snacks, and a little mini tripod. This is the top tube bag, where I'll keep a battery and stuff. Here is a little repair. This is going to be where I just keep some repair stuff for the bike. And then the frame bag, I plan on keeping zip ties, spokes, and I'm thinking about keeping my puffy in there. I haven't decided yet. And then I have a rear bag. Let's set this stuff down out of the way for now. Then I have this tarpon Revlate bag that, as of right now, I'm wavering back and forth. I have another Ace Pack bag that I use, that I've used before, that I like, so we'll see. And then at the bottom here, you'll see there's a Revlate down tube bag that I'm going to use. And then for my water bottles, right now I have 2 water bottles on each side. I've been using those zip tied multiple times and on a little bracket to mount those bottle cages. As of right now, it's been working, and I've used it multiple times on multiple terrains, so far so good. So that's the idea as of right now. This is my tent. It's in a pile right now. I'm just kind of letting it breathe out, but that's the Nemo bike packing tent, 2-person bike packing tent, and it's plenty wide, enough room, because right now the prediction for the weather is going to be rain and snow as of right now. But you know how that goes. That could change. So this little airtight bag, waterproof bag here is going to have my sleeping bag in it. Now my sleeping bag is a 15-degree sleeping bag. Again, it's a little luxury item. It is the UGQ outdoor 15-degree quilt. It's actually a quilt that I'm going to be using. And again, I'm letting it air out as well. Here's a waterproof bag that I plan on, the Sea to Summit waterproof bag, that I plan on putting my camp clothes where I'll be when I change into when I get to camp. And that will be going inside this Camelback mule bag. And I will carry a 2-liter water bladder. Then it will stay empty most of the time, except when I see that I'm gonna need to carry extra water over the distance. So then I'm gonna carry an extra set of bibs, a buff, a wool buff, sun sleeves as of right now. This is just a thin, very thin, lightweight sun buff. Here's my a little wool skull cap, and then a pair of camp shorts. I'm carrying an extra pair of smart wool socks. I'm carrying a set of thermals for camp, a little rag, and then a mosquito net for mosquitoes. Then for my Nemo Tenzer insulet regular wide mat, sleeping mat, a pair of flip-flops, thin flip-flops I've had forever, that I plan on using while I'm in camp. As well, I'm debating on carrying this. It's a little foam butt pad. I'm debating on that. It's nothing weighs to it, and I can slide it in. So I don't know. Haven't decided yet. All right, getting to again. This is a little bar of soap, a small thing of shampoo. These are little towelettes. These are, each one of those discs is a little towel. And what I plan on is using those for hygiene, is what the base is. Inside of here, I will have my chamois cream. All my chamois cream will be in that. Toothbrush, toothpaste. That will have my, for my teeth. This right here is K-tape with blister tape on the inside as well. I'm having some issues with my knee here lately. I'm assuming it's some overuse issues, so we'll see. There's toothpaste, and I'm carrying a small thing of repel for mosquitoes. This is my bear bag hang rope, my bear bag food. I haven't decided on how I'm going to hang that yet. I've got bear bags, Ziploc bags, but not sure how I'm going to hang it as of yet. Here's some various power cords, a spare set of headphones. That's a little power cord. This has all my SD cards. Carrying a GoPro camera, little power bank, plug into, this is the Anchor power bank, 2 amp. I've used it quite a bit. It works. GoPro batteries with a little charging bank, and this goes for the GoPro that'll mount on my little tripod that I've got in my hand right now. Going on to, I'm gonna be using the Wahoo. This is my chest thing. I'll be using my chest heart rate monitor, using a spot tracker to follow, glasses, headlamp for camp. This is a 20,000 milliamp battery that I'll be carrying as well. Now, what I did was I put this little reflector tape on it, because at night in camp or in the bag, I'm gonna have it where I can shine a light on it. Everything's black and you can't hardly see it. So anyway, this is my passport and inside my passport, I'll have insurance card, ID, money, and my shot records and everything else for the getting into Canada. First aid kit, various things, Imodium, AD, alcohol swabs, a lot of different stuff. I've got a safety pin, I've got some needles, sewing needles, a couple of sewing needles, repair needles that are right there as well. Here I have all of various different bandage sizes for emergency. This is a air mat repair kit to go if I have problems with the Nemo. I'll have a little repair kit. And here's a Aleve and Tylenol, carrying a razor blade. I'm gonna have a spare stick of chapstick. We go back down. I'll have a water filter. What is this one? This is the Ketadine water filter. I've been using this for some time now. Satisfied with it. It works. Just a spare towel. I debated over whether to carry a camp stove and all this kind of stuff, which I'll have to buy this I have to buy a canister when I get to Banff along with the bear spray. But I've used this several times. Basically what will happen is, this is a little cup holder type deal. You're able to pick the hot cup up. Gotta watch what I'm doing here. So basically what'll happen is that goes in there. I got a small little lighter with some repair cord wrapped around it. It'll go in there. This is the little BSR ultralight stove. It's 15 bucks, but it works great. I haven't had any issues with it. Very lightweight, easy to pack. It'll go in there. Then I put a little cleaning cloth inside, like so. I'll do it a little bit better. The top goes on it, and there you go. It's ready to go. A little sport, titanium sport that I got. I think this is the, what is that? The Sea to Summit. I don't know if you can see that or not. Yeah, the Sea to Summit sport. So then you get into, here is my oil from a chain, a little rag, emergency whistle, a little compass on it that I'm carrying. This is a little lock. That's basically a TSA lock. And what I did is I made a little wire cable system to be able to lock my bike up, really just for peace of mind. I'm carrying a small little Allen tool. This is the Design Allen tool. I'm carrying my little Leatherman tool as well. I've had this thing forever, little micro tool, but it's extremely handy. Carrying the little dart for flats. Carrying some spare darts. They don't weigh, they don't weigh nothing, so I'm gonna put those in there. I have a wolf tooth for the quick link. Take it, and it's got some other things, but I've got some spare quick links in there. And anyway, it's a nice little tool. Honestly, I've used it, but I haven't used it a lot. I've used it a couple of times, but this is my pump, and I've got this is Gorilla Tape, and then I've got several rounds of black tape that are on there. All right, so now I've got a little hat. I'm debating on 2 different types hats. This one's a lot warmer, comes over your ears. Debated back and forth on that. This one doesn't weigh anything, but it's not very warm if it gets cold. Now, I'm carrying. All right, continuing on. I might have left off. I think everything froze up, so I had to restart. So here it is. Here's the little hats going back and forth. I've picked up a little paint scraper. Now you might be asking why. It's light, it doesn't weigh anything. This is what I got from some of the videos off YouTube and everybody that's done it. This little thing right here is going to be able to help scrape mud off and they're already predicting a lot of rain and snow. So scrape mud off, doesn't weigh anything, it's easy to pack. I'm gonna put it in there. Here's a spare tube. Again, it's not the lightest solution, but I don't know. I debated back and forth on the tubalitos. I didn't go with it. Here's a little patch, spare brake pads, CO2 head, which I gotta buy CO2 when I get the bear spray and everything else. Here's some bacon strips, a little bacon insert. This is the rear derailleur, extra rear derailleur. I got a couple of valve cores in there. I got a park tool deal. I think 1B3. I think that's what that is. I know it looks rusty, but anyway, it's a nice little setup. It's not the lightest, but I've had it. It's what I've got. And then some sealant. And then here are some spare spokes. Here are the spare zip ties. And we get into clothing. This is what I decided to do with, I haven't totally. This is an old cheap pair of tights. They actually had a pad in them. I cut the pad out, and they're long legs. They're actually pretty warm, very comfortable over my kit. So with the prediction of rain and everything, I'm seriously thinking about doing these instead of legs. I don't know. I'm back and forth. So these little tights, I'm carrying, this is a vest. This is a vest, long sleeve. You can take the arms out and make it a wind vest. I'm doing that for safety. I like the yellow. This is a wool, thank you, Mike Bryant. This is a wool jersey, short sleeve wool jersey that I'll be wearing while I ride. This is a base layer that I'll be wearing while I ride. Arm warmers here. Pair of just cool day weather riding gloves. And I'll have my riding gloves over these, and I do that quite often. Like that. This is the leg warmers debating on. Puffy jacket, without a doubt, that's going. Waterproof gloves. Waterproof gloves. I've got some shoe covers, and then this is actually a heavy pair of rain pants and rain jacket. It's heavy duty, and the reason I went with that because they're calling for rain for several days and it's historically always started, and it's historically been raining. So I'll be putting a lot of stuff in the waterproof, like the puffy jacket. That's probably gonna go in a waterproof as I go. I'm carrying a pair of glasses. Actually, these are little glue-in readers in the bottom, so I'm trying that. I've used it quite a bit. Seems to be working. Again, I'm not going for speed. I'm gonna be going to get a good night's rest, ride all day, get a good night's rest. Food and water will be purchased on the way. I'm thinking about carrying some dehydrated meals. I have a pretty good selection, so I'm debating on carrying that, some dehydrated meals just as a backup, just in case. So anyway, this is a question mark. This is a definite question mark, whether I'm gonna carry that. Like I said, those bibs are those little tight things. That's a question mark, whether I'm gonna carry. Like I said, that's a luxury. That blanket, 15 degree, I know that it's a luxury, but I'm carrying it. Everything's got to go on that bike. I just pulled it out of there, so I might do another video of packing it up. I don't know. And then that's a luxury item as well. That's a Nemo 2-person bike packing tent. I like it. It sets up easy. It's got a lot of little pluses. This little thing right here, this thing goes in the vestibule, and it keeps your gear up off the ground, off the wet ground. I like it. So that's just a little Benny. I actually, as well, I'm carrying. I can't find it. I'll get to it, but I'm carrying an air gauge, a little light, very light air gauge. Here's the box. This is it, air checker. Very small. Bought it the other day. Easy. Doesn't weigh anything, and I'll be able to check the air in my tires. So that's it. That's the bike. I'll be leaving, I think, here in about 8 days, flying out. 8 days I'll be flying out. Flying to Calgary, and then catching a shuttle over to Banff. Again, this is all what I'm going to be carrying on the bike, riding with. Total weight. Total weight is approximately 54 pounds before water and food. So again, it's not a light setup. I know there's guys that are riding. Again, they've got a lighter bike. That's a titanium Salsa. That's a Salsa 2012 Salsa El Mariachi tie frame with a 9er front fork. I'm using a Jones H bar with a 2-inch lift. I'm using Profile Design arrow bars, and they actually have a 2-inch spacer, which you can't really see right here, to make up, to get it level with the handlebars, which as of right now, I like it. The lights that I said earlier is the Night Rider light, and I've got one on my bike, and I'm gonna have one on my helmet at night if I ride at night. I don't plan on riding at night. That is not the plan. The plan is to get to Banff, Canada, get to Butte, Montana, and I need to do it in 12 to 13 days. So, and just this year just didn't work out to where I could do the whole route, but I'm excited about doing what I can do. So I'm looking forward to it. And big shout out and huge thank you to my wife. She's not in here. I'd say something, show her, but she's put up with this nonsense of my preparation for a long time. So I'm very thankful. And another shout out to Jory Mitchell at Southern Carnage. Jory has been just a wealth of information, has helped me out a lot in prep the bike, getting me stuff, the bags, those Ace Pack bags, I really like. I mean, you don't see them wherever he carries them. And then I looked into them, and I mean, they're legit. They've got waterproof bags inside of them, and it's kind of hard to show, but they're waterproof, and you can pull the bags out. And I have a rear seat bag as well that I use. So they're legit. I like them. These little bags right here don't. They're kind of cloth, but this is what I did. What I did with that is I went to Walmart and got the waterproof spray that you go to the camping area. They got a waterproof spray, and I just soaked them down. I sprayed them. I closed them up, and I sprayed and soaked the outside of them. And I don't know how long it'll last. I don't count on it being totally waterproof, but it is water resistant. It's just as water resistant as that Blackbird bag, frame bag. So I like it. It suits my needs. And then I'll do a recap after I get back. I'll do a video and let you know how all the gear worked out, the do's and don'ts, and things that I shouldn't have done or should have done, that kind of stuff. I plan on carrying 2-liter water bottles. I might carry the 2-liter water bottles, one on each side, and then carry a small bottle right here and just swap out, and then carry the 2 liters bladder empty and just use it as needed, because it's going to be on my back, and feel pretty comfortable about that. Again, that's the setup. Hope that was informative. Got any questions, leave them in the comment. Got any suggestions, leave them in the comment. I mean, I'm open to doing something better. I agree, it can be a lot lighter and a lot faster. I could go with a smaller sleeping bag. I could go with a different a tent. I actually could go with a bivvy. I know I could do that. I know I could go with a half Nemo Tensor. I actually have a half Nemo Tensor. But I want to get a good night's rest before the next day. And so there are some give and takes in all this. I understand that. So this right now is what I feel comfortable doing. For me, it's about staying safe, about staying healthy. I know hygiene is a big thing. I'm going to be carrying I'm going to be carrying something my daughter uses for my grandson's diaper rash. You have to get it behind the counter at the pharmacy, but it's this stuff that really works really well. So if I develop any kind of saddle sores or anything like that, I plan on using that to help deal with some of that issue. And then I've got my own special mix of chamois cream that I'll put in this. And this is just something you can get at Walmart. It's an empty bottle, but I fill it up and use it. I've used it quite a bit, and it works for me. All right, light you might be asking. This is my little camp light. This is the Black Diamond. I forget which one this is. You can look at it. It works. I like it for a camp light. And then those Night Rider lights, dude, they light up the world. I like them. Now, I've only used them in some overnight trips that I've done. I have not used it on a multi-day adventure like I'm getting ready to do. So we'll see. Again, I don't plan on riding a bunch at night. My plan is to get up early before daylight and ride till daylight. That's sort of my plan. All right. Hope that was informative. Talk to you soon. Bye.